everyone, and welcome to this week's What's Up Wednesday. And I am super excited about today. We are doing something really special. We're doing a small business spotlight. And I'm here with Nick Rubel. And Nick is the owner of Core Health and Wellness. And gosh, Nick, you just do some really amazing things. We were talking about everything that you do. And I'm going to let you talk about your business and what makes you unique. So let us know first what you do and how what you do is unique to everything else that's out there in the fitness world.
Okay, great. Well, thanks for coming first off. So I do one-on-one personal training, both in-person, remote. I do online programs as well. I've been doing this for 12 years. And you had asked what makes me unique, what's different. A lot of times I think exercise programs, they're built for the general masses. Whether you're coming in with me, you're doing it remote, you're doing an online program, there's always an intake, there's always an assessment. And then we sit down and we talk about your goals, what you're looking to try to achieve, past exercise experiences, any injuries or limitations that you might have. And at that moment, then we're gonna customize a program built just for you and what you're looking for and what your body needs. And then we start into the program and I take you through a step-by-step on not just how to exercise and how to do the exercises, but how to get the most out of them. So how can you use your body rather than just the weights and the repetitions to achieve better results? And that's what everyone's looking for, is the best results. So again, the maybe first 4 weeks are all about education. As you're working out, I'm teaching you different tricks, different techniques to be able to maximize your results without having to put any more time or effort into a program.
Yeah. So tell us your story behind Core Health and Wellness. How did you get started?
Sure. So initially, I went to school for athletic training, and I worked at some colleges with sports teams. When I moved to Chicago, I worked for Athletico, and at that time, I was the head athletic trainer for the women's NBA team, the Chicago Sky. So working with professional athletes. And that was great. It was amazing. Got to travel, work with some really high caliber athletes. And then it came to a point where I decided I wanted to be able to reach more people, be more widespread, not just help athletes improve their performance, but help people like us improve their lives, improve the way that we age, so that as we age, we can stay young. And that's where the methodology came into play. There's a big difference between training athletes and training non-athletes, or maybe not non-athletes, but general people.
Like regular folks like me.
Like everyone else, like all of us. Like all of us. And when we try to apply methodology of training an athlete to us, it's not the best. It's not what it will get us the best results. So over the last 12 years, I've been working to find the formula to be able to help each individual reach their maximum results, not with performance-based in mind, but how can it help us to live our lives better? How can it help us to age better? So that when we're 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, we can still work out and have an effective workout and slow down that aging process.
As a matter of fact, you were telling me that you even work with medical professionals.
Yeah, so I have a relationship with several doctors that will refer their patients to me, whether they're experiencing the side effects of aging, they have injuries. Some doctors, they have, I work with a functional medicine doctor who, as part of a program, when people join one of her programs, she actually buys them sessions with me to round out her the program that she offers. So I have doctors that, yes, they're referring clients to me because they know when they come in, first off, they're going to be safe. the program's going to be effective, and they know that they're going to get results.
And so we're here today. You're located in Northfield, 465 Central Road, right?
Yep, 465 Central Avenue.
Central Avenue in Northfield. And so we'll do a video of, you know, the facility inside, and you also train virtually, right?
Correct, yeah. So starting, 9 months ago with when we went into lockdown, I was forced to become creative. I hadn't done remote training. And I looked around and found some equipment, some resistance bands that I initially thought were gonna be okay. That it'll get us through what I thought was gonna be the next 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 12 weeks, whatever it was. And then I started working out with those bands, and I discovered that it actually, I wasn't missing out on having this equipment here. I was able to get just as an effective workout at home. And that really got me thinking. I was forced to work with people at home, but over the long term, there's a lot of people that would like to be able to work out at home. You cut the commute down to and from the gym. You could do it whenever in the day that you want. So I've been working hard to develop that program and have developed it. A year ago, I would have thought I was crazy, but now I think going forward, there's a real opportunity there.
It's amazing how we all had to restructure and pivot our businesses, right?
Yeah.
So one of the things that you had mentioned when we were talking about doing this today is a unique feature that you have for all your clients, and that's an app.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
Yep. So there's an app that you just go and you download, and what I've done is created videos demonstrating how to use the resistance bands at home, how to do each exercise, and do it correctly. So it's not just you're getting some exercises written down and you have to be on your own to do them. You can follow along as I'm doing those, and each program then is tailored, which exercises are in it, how many repetitions you're doing, and there's different cycles, different weeks. So you'll 1 week you'll be doing this many repetitions with a certain resistance, the next week you'll be doing something else. So it's always changing. It's not just okay, so for 4 weeks here's what you're doing and that's your program.
Awesome. That's very unique. So how do people find you?
You can go to my website, www.corehealthwellness.net, or you can reach me at my phone, 773-370-2452.
Core Health and Wellness in Northfield, www.corehealthwellness.net.
Yes.
Okay, sounds good. So we are actually going to be doing some exercises, right?
Yep.
Okay, Nick.
Okay.
Take it easy. Just take it easy on me.
Of course. All right. So the anytime someone comes in, the first thing that I do with them is, obviously I'm doing an assessment, but you have to do an assessment of yourself as well. So the first set of every exercise that we do, I call your baseline set. You do it if you were going to be at the gym, at home, wherever, doing this with no instruction. You do it as you would.
Okay.
And what I want you to pay attention to is how it feels when you're doing it. What muscles do you feel working?
Okay.
How hard or easy does the resistance feel? And then by the end, how challenging was it?
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
So we'll do some bicep curls here first.
Okay.
So I'll hand these to you. You're just gonna step back just so there's a little bit of tension there. And then obviously you can adjust forward or back as you go.
Okay.
And I'll be talking to you while you're doing this. You don't necessarily have to answer me,
Okay.
but just give you some things to think about.
Okay.
Okay? So again, as you're going, I want you to think about, first off, how's the resistance feel? And you can, very basic, light, medium, heavy. Most importantly, what areas of your body do you feel are working? What's making you do this movement?
The bicep.
Bicep. Check in on the forearms, check in on your hands, check in on your neck. All those areas are likely to be contributing or working to some degree. And then as we go, we'll do 2 more. Think about intensity, 0 to 10. How challenging is it at the end?
Okay, so this is about a 5.
A 5. Great. Okay, So before we do the next set, I'll have you set
Okay.
these down. I'm gonna teach you the first thing that I would teach anyone that comes into the program.
Okay.
It's what I call your ability to control your muscles. So you're right or left-handed?
Right.
Right hand. Can you make your bicep tight?
Like
Got
this?
it? Yeah.
Like this?
However, you can
Okay.
squeeze it.
Okay.
Okay, so what I want you to do now is pretend you have that handle.
Uh-huh.
Take your other hand, put it on there.
Uh-huh.
As you go down, can you keep that muscle tight? And as you come up, can you keep it tight?
Okay.
So you're now controlling the tension in your muscle without resistance, right? And it's gonna.
It's easier to flow the movement.
Great. Yes. So you're gonna have more control. As you go down, the tension's gonna relax some. As you come back up, that's where you're gonna get your stronger flows.
Okay.
Okay. So on this set now, what I want you to do is think about. We'll start you up on the top. You're gonna come up top.
Mm-hmm.
Before you move, now your job is to make those muscles tight.
Okay.
You got them?
Got them.
On the way down, try and keep some of that tightness.
Okay.
And then on the way back up, you're gonna come back up to that peak squeeze that you started at. And what I want you to pay attention to this round is how confident you are whether or not you can keep those muscles tightened. And then also with that tightness, does it feel any different that first round to this round?
So it's a matter of squeezing.
There you go. Squeeze.
Squeeze.
That's your word.
Squeeze is the word.
And what should be happening is that squeeze should be feeling different. You're engaging the muscle more, you're gonna get better recruitment, and you're gonna get better results.
Well, and it's harder and harder to do the more you
Perfect.
do it.
So, great, we were real close on the number of reps, I think 12 and 12. So, compared to that first set, well, which set did you feel like was more productive?
The second, for
Second
sure.
set.
Yeah.
So without really changing the resistance and having it back out, without having to do 5 or 10 or 15 more repetitions, you're able to already make it harder.
Yep.
And by your squeeze, you're not wasting any energy. You're not, when we lift more weights, it takes more energy. When we do more repetitions, it takes more energy. This is energy efficient. If you can make it harder and be energy efficient, at the end of the workout, you don't have to be exhausted because maybe you're going to work or you're at home with the kids or whatever it is. You're not going to be exhausted from the workouts. And with that extra energy that you save, you can also use it for your recovery, which if you have more energy for your recovery, you're going to recover better and better results.
Nice. And you don't necessarily have to be sore.
Correct. Yep. Actually, I find when you squeeze, you will feel like in the moment like you're going to be sore tomorrow, but you're less likely to be sore than if you did more repetitions and more weight.
Good to know. Good to know. All right. What else are we doing?
All right, we can. Let's do this. We'll stay here. And
Okay.
we'll use this again. I'm just going to shift it around a little bit.
Okay.
Get that from you. So this is the other thing I like about these bands is that it can be very versatile.
And so you're just doing this, just for everybody watching, he's using a regular door and just adjusting the bands. So,
Yep, we're just going to
That's
change
awesome.
where it's anchored at.
okay.
Okay, so we're going to do a back exercise now.
Okay.
Have you done a row before?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so back to the baseline set. The
Okay.
only thing that I would ask you to do on this set is,
I feel like I have to go back.
yeah, you probably will.
Yeah.
Is just pretend like you didn't learn anything on the first one.
Okay.
And do it as you normally would.
So like that?
Yep. And when you're going here, I want you to think about again how the resistance feels, if it feels about right, and then also which muscles are working.
So I feel the back,
The
right?
back, the arms, the
Uh-huh.
neck. Just checking in those. Those are the 3 common areas.
Uh-huh.
And the more exclusively that we can end up being to the back, the more we're going to have that impact or have those results to the back. And then later on we'll do the arm. Well, we just did the arms.
Okay.
Right. So, okay. So here's where we're learning how to squeeze the back is a little bit trickier than the biceps.
Yeah, I'm
So I'm gonna
I don't
come
know
right
what
back
we're
here.
gonna do.
So first things first is like I say, go ahead and like stand, get in the best posture you can. Yep.
Without the bands?
You can keep the bands. That's okay. So we're gonna. Yep. So your shoulders are coming back. So you feel how there's some tightness between here.
Uh-huh.
So what I want you to do now is think about you're going to try and use the back instead of just the arms to pull. So each time now you're squeezing those shoulder blades together. Good. And then you're going to come back out. If you can keep your shoulder blades squeezed together as your arms come forward,
Oh my God.
that'll be very impressive on the first day.
Oh my gosh.
It may feel a little different.
That's hard.
Now it's almost like a 2-for-1. Most of the time we work this way, and often we'll relax this way. If you can work this way and this way, it's that much more effective. The muscle has tension in it the whole time, and it's a whole different workout.
You just totally challenged me when I do my back to squeeze the back as you're coming, you know, in.
Both ways.
Is,
yep.
Wow.
So how would you say it feels this set versus that first set?
This is a huge difference. Huge difference.
Excellent.
Wow. Now I'm going to be challenged to squeeze my back whenever I do my back exercises.
And that's the first thing on every exercise that I take someone through is learning how to be able to squeeze that muscle. Because we want to be more efficient. We want to get better results faster.
How important is the core when you're squeezing your core when you're doing any of this?
Yeah, so when you're squeezing your core, you're going to give your, you can stop if you'd like. When you're squeezing, you want to activate your core. Because what it does is your core gives you that stable platform. If you're not, you're going to start to tip forward and back. You're involving other exercises. The more, the core is just going to protect you more. Less likely to get hurt. And any exercise program can be good. It's no good if you get hurt.
Yeah. You're in Northfield. It's Core Health and Wellness, and corehealthwellness.net is the website. So Nick is here. You guys can, you're doing in person, properly distanced with masks on, and you're also doing virtual, and you've got this amazing app. And so Nick is awesome. I mean, as you can tell, oh my gosh, he just challenged me completely. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks for coming.
Hope you guys found this exciting, and I'll see you next week. Hi, it's Violet with Show House Chicago at Keller Williams Momentum, and I'm super excited today to be joined by Dr. Weiler. And Dr. Weiler has agreed to come on today for a few minutes and share her experience with Nick Rubel over at Core Health and Wellness. And thank you so much, Dr. Weiler, for your time today.
You're welcome. Happy to do it.
So tell us a little bit about, I know that you and Nick go back a few years. Tell us a little bit about your experience working with Nick over at Core Health and Wellness.
Well, we really like working with Nick because his philosophy, the way he works with patients, is really to kind of meet them where they're at and teach them tools so that they can then build on their own health and wellness from an exercise perspective. And we do that more from a medical perspective. So working with him and his philosophy has really helped us and helped our patients.
That's fantastic. And so Nick had mentioned that your specific area of medicine is functional medicine. Can you tell us just a little bit about that?
Sure. Functional medicine is it's a way of looking at a patient from a more global perspective. So really looking at the patient and trying to understand what their concerns are, what their symptoms and problems are, but really stepping back and seeing how those things could be interconnected, and if there's one or more root cause or causes, that could be driving those symptoms or problems, and really helping patients get to the root of the problem and treat at that level to try to change the whole picture. So that involves usually many different factors for each patient.
That's really a unique approach. And so tell everybody out there what makes Nick unique in you and him working together for the benefit of the patient.
Right. Well, when we have patients come in, often they'll come in very tired. Fatigue is a big issue. They're having a lot of health concerns or chronic health conditions. And one of the things they're having trouble with is figuring out how to exercise. And that's a big piece. That's an important piece for us to work on with the patients. Some people will come in saying, I'm exhausted all the time. If I exercise, I'm so wiped out for days. Or when I exercise, I'm in pain. Or I just can't quite get myself, going. And in any of those cases, I think Nick has been really helpful because what he does is he starts where they're at. And if someone is very deconditioned for, their own health condition concerns, he is really good at starting at that level and helping them build just very gently, because we want to help get them on a path. We can help build some strength. It helps to build stamina, and that helps them to keep going forward in an exercise routine. It also helps patients who come in feeling a lot of pain. We want to start them where they're at and just dose exercise like you would dose a medication increase, very, very gently and very specifically for that person. So he's really good about working with our patients in that way. And also, he works throughout the spectrum. If someone is doing quite well and they're actually in their own exercise routine and maybe they just need a little boost, I think he's really good about adjusting and figuring out where they're at and helping them too. So we like working with him, and we like working with CORE for that reason.
That's amazing. What a unique approach. What a different approach, right?
It makes a lot of sense,
Yeah.
and it really does help patients build stamina and wellness and give them tools for the long term. And I think I like working with him too, because it's not about just the time you work with him. It's about he's teaching each patient tools so that when they're not with him, they can use the tools. And that's what we do too. Ultimately, our goal is to help people be as independent as possible, so they don't need so much support. They have tools in their own hands that they can use going forward to keep themselves healthy and well.
And Dr. Weiler, how would people get in contact with you if they wanted to learn more about what you do?
They can reach us by calling our office, which is 773-784-7000, or they can go to our website, which is wellintegrative.com. So that's where you can find us. We also are on Facebook too.
Okay, terrific. Well, thank you so much for your time today, and I look forward to talking to you soon.
All right, great. Thank you.